Hey man, everybody stand up if you ever had your back against the wall and had to fight back. It's your anthem. My view from the top of the moon, I can see the whole world sitting in my hand, a maze of rooms. We finna break the rules, and we gon' make them too. I can't fall asleep, I gotta stand tall, that's what a leader do. Follow me, I'm leading you. Hey, we finna turn up, crank up the heat in here, they finna burn up. Told them I'm coming, I'm here, tell them they time up. I said it once, I'ma say it again, this will be my year. I ain't gon' show no fear, I know that I'm built to equip for what God want me to do. I'm number one out the two, it don't know where I'ma lose. I hate to struggle, but it made me harder. I made it far, but I wanna go farther. This not for me, this for my son and my daughter, my family tree and that order. I'm the chosen one, I'm wearing a jacket. I was down, now I'm up, now I was an underdog, now look who be left. I'm better than you guess, yeah. The champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall, the champions, the champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall, I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it, rock on it. Do dirt on my neck, try to bury me. Do shot on me like there was season 8. Now this my season. Weathered every storm that was sent my way. But promise you it wasn't easy. Took some patience and grieving. I was believing when no one believed. I was believing when no one believed. Now they gotta see me from the nosebleed or the front row. I don't care who I see. Dreams to reality. I'm for real for reality TV. Remember I was piss poor, now I'm writing this song from a balcony. Told them watch out for me, but they ain't see me coming out that roadkill. No alone nights on that road feel like keep pushing even though we don't feel right. Blood, sweat, and tears just to live life. Talk to God even when I didn't see light. Still talk to him when it got bright. Dark days were made for the spotlight. We paid, now mama can sleep tight. Champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall. The champions, the champions, the champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it, rock on it. Champions, hey, we gon' bow, never fall. The champions, champions, champions. Hey, we gon' bow, never fall. I put my head up, told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it. I put my head up, told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it, rock on it.
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself.
I think to be really successful in life or in a football field, you got to have a certain perspective of winning. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her. Shout out to the whole team, man. Shout out to all three of them. All three of them. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the team. You know what I'm saying?
Three of them?
Yeah, all three of them.
Now. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for each and every one. We love you, Coach. We love the fuck out of you, Coach. Thank you, Coach.
What it do? What it do? Supreme Beast After Hours. We back. We back. I had to dust off the light and turn the lights back on, man. We back in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? We're something new. The regular show After Hours is not through. We're still coming back with that too. You know what I'm saying? But I had to dust the light off and dust everything off before I invite everybody back, you know what I'm saying, on some After Hours stuff. So yeah. But yeah, we definitely back in the building, you know what I'm saying? This one is the Coach's Playbook. You know what I'm saying? The name of this one is the Coach's Playbook, man. I got my brother in the building with me, man. Coach 67 Sports TV is in the building with me. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, my brother?
I'm blessed and highly favored, bro. How you doing this evening?
Man, I can't call it, man. I'm doing good, man. I cannot complain at all, man. At all. Everything been going good as far as on the coaching end with the summer?
Well, actually, the 7-on-7 team I was supposed to be coaching, the star players and the players that we were supposed to get on the team, you know, some of them decided they won't go play AAU basketball. Others decided they won't just train for their normal high school football team. Others playing baseball. They're doing different things. So we didn't have enough players to have our team. And as a result, I just pivoted, and we just going to have our 7-on-7 tryouts in September.
Okay. Salute to all the family that's in the building, man. Salute to the queen, Tay, the real queen of MMA and combat talk, #TWT. Slide through show of love, man. My brother Craig L up in here, Mr. Get It Off Your Chest podcast in the building, man. My brother KG, you know what I'm saying? My other half, you know what I'm saying, in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? The other half of Supreme Beast. Yeah, man, what's going down with it, family? What's going down with it? Yeah, coach, man. So look, man, as far as me, man, summer's been kind of atrocious. I haven't been dealing with everybody going on vacation.
Yeah.
I can't get a full team practice or whatnot. But before we get into all that, you know what I'm saying, this is going to be our sports program. You know what I'm saying? I got my brother 503 line in the building. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be our sports program where us as coaches are going to break down what we see in youth sports. We're going to give you a great perspective of coaching, parenting, and advice for players playing in the game. So you definitely can learn something, get a jewel or two for sure. If you're a parent, you'll understand the things that coaches are going through and what they need from you. And if you are a coach, you'll find out, you know what I'm saying, get questions answered and find out what parents need from you. Because it's a two-way street, you know what I'm saying? Actually, it's like a three-way intersection because the players too, you know what I'm saying? Everybody counts. All voices need to be heard. I got my brother 503 line in the building, man. Man, what's going down with you, my brother? What's happening with it? Five, you there? Oh man, five probably. Five, you know, he dealing with he halfway dealing with the hurricane. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna let him try to get it right for sure.
Yo, okay. I can you hear me? Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, yeah. You caught my headset. What's good, man?
Ain't nothing. I didn't hear it. All I heard was I heard, can you hear me? And then you start breaking up. But I did hear you say what's good at the end.
Oh damn, man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cook on it. Just good.
Okay. Yeah. If I have any technical difficulties, just let me know, bro. You know we're going through a storm right now. Literally, it's the aftermath.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
I know. We know how it go. We know how it go.
Louisiana.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Five, how's the summer been going with your sons in football as of now?
It's been going great, bro. Up until this point. Uh, the week before the hurricane actually came, Monday. Last week was an immediate break from SPAC camp. So they was in SPAC camp, training, strength and conditioning, 7-on-7. They've been getting in shape. This will be my junior's little Ken. This will be his second year, so he going to the 8th grade. So he already done got a taste of middle school football, and my youngest son, this will be his first year, 7th grade. So my main focus is really to get him all the way right. But we kind of came to a halt with this hurricane, man, because now they'll be out of SPAC camp for 2 weeks, and they were supposed to go back. They were supposed to go back Monday. But after everything is cleared up and the schools open back up and the gyms open back up, we locking back in, man. But they've been doing hella good. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially my youngest son. You know what I'm saying? He looked forward to going to camp every day. Lil Ken, he you know, he a little bougie now. Like, he only be wanting to go when they doing 7-on-7 type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of feel like that shit is above him. You know what I'm saying? But I be having to keep him humble. You know, I be getting on his ass and shit, and you know, making sure he go and shit like that. So it's definitely a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, boys are headstrong. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of got his first little taste of success. You know what I'm saying? Being a superstar of the team and shit. So you know how that shit go, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know all the way. I just hear about it. I'm glad I don't know just yet. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I want to do an introduction. You know what I'm saying? I know the people know of all of us coaching. But I want to get a little bit of a deeper dive into how long you guys been coaching. You know, what is it exactly that you coach? Is it just tackle? Is it tackle and 7-on-7? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and break down your whole coaching resume if you can for me. And I'll start with you, Coach 67. How long have you been coaching? Give us the whole rundown of coach.
Well, for those individuals that don't know, well, my backstory, you know, I'm from South Louisiana. You know, that's part of the reason why me and Red have such a bond, you know, in terms of, you know, us both being from Louisiana. But the high school I went to Assumption High School. For those individuals that don't know, that's in Napoleonville, Louisiana. And some of the individuals that I played with, like there was this running back that I played with. Like he and I were the same age, but I graduated the year before him. His name was Brad Hill. He ended up going to Grambling. But the two NFL players that people might know that I played with my senior year, they were freshmen. And that's Brandon Jacobs, who ended up playing for the Giants, and Tramon Williams, who ended up playing for the Packers. So I went to high school with the four of them. In terms of, from a coaching standpoint, I coach football, both tackle football. I'm a middle school football coach. Of course, I coached both on a middle school level and a high school level. And I coach basketball also. I've coached high school girls basketball and boys. And in addition to that, primarily middle school coach, but I've coached both boys and girls, high school basketball and middle school basketball. But this is year 13 in terms of me being a tackle football coach and a basketball coach. I'm getting ready to transition to another school district. But this coming season, I'm going to also start 7-on-7. So I've coached both tackle football, I've coached basketball, but I'm transitioning to do a new thing in terms of from a branding standpoint, as opposed to just focusing on a YouTube channel. Just trying to expand my brand in terms of getting my own 7-on-7 team in the city of Baton Rouge, and in addition to that, do more coaching things, and also give you like a teacher's perspective on things in terms of my YouTube channel. So as opposed to just me focusing on football and HBCU football in general, I'm trying to expand in terms of talk about the teaching aspect of things and also the coaching aspect of things.
Okay. Five, man. Let me come to you, 503. Give me a breakdown of you, man. How long you been coaching? If you want to, you could tell us what got you into coaching. And yeah, give us the resume breakdown.
Okay, so for me, I started out playing football when I was about 8, 9 years old. And it transitioned all the way up to high school. I quit playing in high school though because I wanted to go get me a full-time, well, not a full-time, but a part-time gig. So I transitioned to just working in high school, trying to help my parents and shit out with shit that I wanted. We was kind of having some hard times and whatnot, so I had to sacrifice football, put that on the back burner, and I ended up having my son like right after that at 18. So I've always had love for football since a youngin, and I instilled that in him and my firstborn son too. So I would say what really got me into coaching and brought me really full circle back to the game, because for a while I just watched football and played, like on a video game and whatnot. But I always loved football. But what really got me back into it, Red, was my best friend, who I do the show with on YouTube, Dro. We call him Coach. We call him Coach King on the field, but to me he Dro. You know what I'm saying? And he was a all-star athlete in high school. He ended up tearing his ACL and shit, and they kind of derailed his career from going to college and whatnot. He had his son, and it's crazy because my son is a year behind his son, so he had his son a year before me. So they grew up together, and he ended up putting his son on the football team, and he was just so passionate about the kids and stuff, and it kind of rubbed off on me in a sense, and he inspired me to bring my son out there to play. And my girl who I'm with now, she has 2 sons as well, so it only made sense for me to just pull up and go, do the football, the youth football thing with my brother. But I started coaching like 2019, right before COVID, and then we played through COVID. And I started straight out youth football, 7U, 8U. Then my son transitioned to 10U, and I didn't do any like flag or anything like that. They jumped they jumped head first into the water with the football. This Texas, so it's a little different. And the league I put them in was very, very competitive as well. That like they went to one of the premier football leagues in Houston, and I assisted my my youngest son, his 7-on-7 this year that just passed. But he wasn't able to complete the season though, because he had to have surgery on his appendix. But I dibbled and dabbed from 7-on-7 to youth football tackle at a high level. So it's like I've seen the good in youth football. I've seen the bad in youth football. And I'm just a sponge, bro. Like like being around my boy Dro. He gave me a lot of game, taught me a lot. Being around other coaches, I picked up on things and learned things, and you know what I'm saying. It's just been like a whole marathon for me, bro. Just learning, observing, teaching, instilling it in my boys, and yeah, we just on this journey right now, man. So like they started playing, you know, when they was like my youngest son, he was 6. Lil Ken was 8, and then my oldest stepson, Boogie, he was like 10. So they all kind of spread out apart. But from me instilling that in them at a young age, and I wish I would have did it younger, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't. But it transitioned from middle school to high school because like my oldest son, he played high school ball, and my youngest two play middle school. So I think it kind of all worked out in his favor, bro. So yeah, I got a little experience in 7-on-7 and a couple years of youth football underneath my belt.
Okay. Salute to my brother, man. The Jab Jamboree, Agreed sliding through, showing love, man. Salute. As far as me, I'm the baby of the bunch out of all y'all. Of course, you know what I'm saying? I've been playing football and basketball since I want to say like 6-7 years old on up. Played high school ball. Unfortunately for me, I was a knucklehead and I didn't realize what I had and the potential that I had in front of me. So I did not go into college or whatnot. After high school, though, I was chilling. My mom's husband, now boyfriend at the time, remembered me playing football and said, "Hey, man, I have a flag football team. You should come out and play." Early Sunday mornings, playing football with him for like the next 10, 12, 13, 14 years. And he retired, and I continued in the footsteps of him. Just doing that created a whole new love for the game in flag football. Of course, win some, lose some, you know what I'm saying, and play great. See your prime as an adult, you know what I'm saying? That was, you know what I'm saying, the experience for me. But I can't lie, what got me into coaching is what's going to happen this weekend. It's an annual all-girls camp that they hold up here. It's free for girls, I want to say, let's say second grade all the way up to high school. It's a free camp, and the girls come out there. They do different drills. My daughter went to it. She's seen me play. She's seen me win. She went to the camp. Leaving the camp, she said, "Daddy, I want to play flag football." I said, "All right, bet, we're going to sign you up." She said, "The only way I'm playing is if you coach." And I'm like, whoa. I've never coached before, let alone coach some kids. Yes, I ran a team, you know what I'm saying, but we was all adults. I ain't never did nothing like this. So she's like, "I'm not doing it unless you play. Unless you coach." I tried to assistant coach. The commissioner hit me and said, "We don't have enough coaches. We need you to head coach." So I started coaching. 3 seasons later, we won 3 championships in a row. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling like, yo, that was a great decision. My daughter is feeling like she the champ. She, you know what I'm saying? She out here dominating. So it's been a good ride so far. As of now, I'm putting together a travel team. It's been going a little shaky. I haven't had everybody together all at once, but I feel as though I have enough talent that once I get these girls together, we're really going to be making some noise, you know what I'm saying, nationwide. So I'm going to see. We all going to see how this work. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on. I'm in the beginning part of the journey, but I feel as though I'm on the right path for sure because we have been winning. Okay. So now that we got everybody, you know what I'm saying, we introduced everybody. I want to ask y'all, okay, so in my league, because I'm only doing flag with the girls, it's 5-on-5. It's not even 7-on-7. It's 5-on-5 flag. You know what I'm saying? The type of shit that you see on ESPN before the Pro Bowl, or the type of football that the Pro Bowlers play. You know what I'm saying? That's what we play with the girls. The girls play 17U was on TV before the Pro Bowl or whatnot. So that's what we play in our league. How things work is it's a draft. They're trying to prevent dynasties and teams being monster teams, and everybody want to play for Coach Red, and they don't want to play for other coaches. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to prevent that. So in preventing that, they do a draft every season. You know what I'm saying? The only person I'm guaranteed to have on my team is my daughter. Everyone else, they go through a combine. They test their arm strength, their speed, catching, defense, and I want to say that's about it. You know what I'm saying? They test all those things, give you a grade, and then from all the grades of the girls, the coaches come together like a couple days later, and then you have a draft. So you got to pick your draft board out. It's like motherfucking the real NFL. You got to, if you don't get this person, I got to pick this person. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of draft board shit going on. Okay, let me come to you first, Coach. When you draft, you know what I'm saying, giving my situation to you, what do you draft first? You know what I'm saying? Let's say your daughter is not a quarterback. Your daughter is a weapon, an offensive, defensive weapon, right? Given this situation that you in, what do you draft first? What would be your draft order for, let's say, the first 4 rounds?
Well, you know,
Hold on, Coach. And what type of player are you drafting? I got to add that too.
Well, I think, you know, when it comes to like flag and 7-on-7, the biggest thing is quarterback play first. At least that's the way we were always taught in undergrad. Now, the middle school tackle league we play in, to be truth, is like completely different. When you add lineman into the equation, is a completely different entity, because I've seen teams like they have their whole like 11-on-11 team in terms of their skill players play 7-on-7, and they win and they dominate the 7-on-7 leagues. But when they come to 11-on-11, the offensive line play, it plays a vital role. So if you don't have the lineman to go to skill players, you're not gonna have the success you need. But you know, I was always taught when it comes to flag and 7-on-7, don't get me wrong, you want speed, but having a quarterback first, a signal caller that can get the ball and distribute it to, you know, the skill players or the other players on the team, that's the primary thing you want. And then after that, you go for speed and utility. What I mean by utility is you want to have players that can do a variety of different things. Of course, if you a fast player, you know, clearly you could play wide receiver, you could play cornerback, whatever the case may be. That's all 7-on-7 is. It's only skill players. You really don't have no line play component to it. But at the end of the day, I mean, you want a quarterback first. Second, I think you want speed. And then thereafter, you want players from a utility standpoint that have versatility that could do a variety of different things. Then after that, from a coaching standpoint, what I want to do is I want to teach them the basics and fundamentals, because, you know, one thing I see with the players I coach in terms of football, I think it's more prevalent in the basketball players I coach. You know, a lot of times, you know, these young kids, you know, they see NBA and everybody think they want to be Steph. And I'm like, y'all do realize like Dell Curry played in the NBA for a ridiculous amount of years. And not only that, from a genetic standpoint, Steph has his dad's genetics. Not only did he have Dell's genetics, but from a financial standpoint, Dell was able to pump all the money into Steph, you know, so Steph could have all these shooting coaches and this, that, and the third. So you getting out here jacking up all these threes saying you're going to be Steph Curry, like you're delusional. And you try to get these young people to understand it, but it literally goes in one end out the other.
Okay. Five, I'm gonna come to you. Five, what's your thoughts, man? What you drafting first, man? What type of player, or what type of personnel you drafting first? Or give me your first 3 rounds. First 3-4 rounds.
Okay. So answer your question back. If I'm in the draft and I'm assessing and scouting the players, it makes sense to get you a signal caller like Coach said, you know, somebody that's able to read defenses, quick decision making, because that's really all it is in flag and 7-on-7. You want to be decisive. You know, you want to be able to place the ball out to your receivers in a timely manner. You want to be able to execute the plays that your coach is telling you to run and not freestyling. You want to get a natural born leader, whether that's for girls or for young men. Try to get the next pick would obviously be either fast or reliable receiver, because you can have speed out this world, but if you don't got the hands to go with it, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's like a motherfucking Ferrari.
Hold on, Five. You're breaking up. You're breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, say something else.
Mic check.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like with the speed thing, I would say in drafting, like in 7-on-7 or a flag, you want to have speed, of course. That's always gonna help, but you want to have reliable receivers, because you throwing the ball.
Oh man, damn, there you go. He cut out. Damn, Five. All right. Well, while Five get it together, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give Coach. I'm a little bit different, Coach. You know what I'm saying? And you can let me know what you think. With me in drafting, the first thing I look at is how long have you been playing? Have I seen you play before? Right? Because sometimes it's first year players, and you could knock it out the park in the combine and you be a first year player. But if it's another player that's played before, I'm probably going to go with the player that I've seen play before. First off. Second off, I go for who is here for football versus who is here because their parents told them to come here.
Can you hear me better, bro?
Yeah. I got you, Five. You back. Okay. I'm gonna cook on mine, and I'll let you cook, Five. But that's what I mean. I look at who's there for the game. You know what I'm saying? Who's it when the coaches is giving out what drill we doing next? Who's paying attention? Even though you know what drill's going on, who's paying attention and who's talking and lollygagging? That's who I'm looking at. Because if you're not focused and you test good, I still won't draft you. Because I know when it come down and stuff about to hit the fan, you might not be focused. You might not be thinking that you're going to win. You might be worried because you didn't prepare right. All those things come into effect. So that's the first thing I look at is how focused are you and how much are you here for the game. After that, I still feel kind of, you know what I'm saying, iffy. If I have someone that's like hands down fast, right? They don't even have to catch good. I ain't even got to see them catch. If they like head and shoulders faster than everyone else, I'm drafting them first. I draft a quarterback next. But I'm drafting but you can't be like if they do 40 times, you know what I'm saying? If you ran a 4.3 and everybody else ran a 5, you know what I'm saying? I'm drafting the 4.3 guy. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure out how to get him the ball up. We'll figure out quarterback and all that stuff later. Yeah. But you gotta be hands down faster than everyone. Yeah. You can't be close. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's someone's second, then I'm going with like the brother said, I'm going with the quarterback. I'm going with the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with somebody that's going to be a field general. You already got the focus because that's what I draft first. And you're the quarterback. But if you hands down fast, because I've been in those situations where I say, yo, I draft a quarterback in the 4th round if I'm able to get this speed. So you said I've been in both. So that's why I say it depends. It depends. But yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback first, unless it's hands down speed. Five, what you was about to say, man? Salute to my brother, man, Big Joe Townsend. Sliding through showing love, man. What you got, Five?
Yeah, to second that notion, speed is always a lethal weapon in any type of football, whether it's tackle, 7-on-7 flag, whatever the case may be. For me, like I say, I'm going quarterback first and 7-on-7. I'll rip because you and I'm just speaking from my perspective, like from what I've seen in 7-on-7. I gotta have a quarterback because we throwing the ball 8 times out of 10. We're gonna throw the ball. At whether we throwing slants, digs, you know what I'm saying, or we going deep, we throwing the ball. So I'm going quarterback for sure. Like I say, second, I'm looking for speed for shit show, but I want somebody that can catch just as well as they can run. Or maybe if your hands is a little bit more better than your feet, I'm gonna go with me myself personally. I'm gonna go with the guy that can catch. So like you said, if you got a guy that's running a 4-3 or 4-4 versus a guy that's running a 5, and he really can't catch like that, the faster guy really can't catch, I'm gonna go with the guy that can catch. You know what I'm saying? And third, I'm going for intangibles, man. I'm going for guys that are just naturally smart. They have good intangibles. They're able to pick up on what the offense is doing or what the defense is doing. Guys that or girls that know where to be at in the right situation at the right time. And I'ma always look to size too. Because in football, size is intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just speaking on the previous experience that we had with my son 7-on-17, we had a man child on our team, Red. This little, I ain't gonna even say little dude. This young man, he was like a middle school Randy Moss. As far as size, he towering over everybody, and he's mousing everybody. So for me, I think size plays a big factor into the drafting as well. Especially if they athletic. You know what I'm saying? And I would say probably my last attribute I want on my team, preferably, is somebody that's tough. I want a dog. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody that's in good shape. You got to be a dog. When you going through them drills, and on about the third drill, you already breathing hard and talking about you need water and you tired and all that. I don't want you on my team. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I need dogs, I need speed, and I need size. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that's just the Texas in me. I don't know, bro. But that's what I'm going for.
I mean, you saying that? Go ahead, Coach. What you got?
No, I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, I think everything 503 Line just said is universal. I mean, for the most part, I think, when it comes to 7-on-7, of course, Big Joe said he prefer a Chris Carter, Tim Brown type receiver over a speedster. But I think the 7-on-7 dynamic, it's a little bit different. I mean, if it was 11-on-11, and I know you sure-handed, whereas I got this fast person that really can't catch. Like I don't know if individuals that remember this old football movie, Unnecessary Roughness, where they had this guy named Featherstone. He was fast, but he couldn't catch. Yeah, I'd rather that short-handed receiver over that guy that's fast but can't catch. But I think 7-on-7, you want to have a certain degree. Of course, you want receivers that can catch, but you want a certain degree of speed. But I think the things 503 line you just stated, I think that's pretty much universal, on every level of football, whether, we're going all the way up to NFL, all the way down to youth, 7-on-7, flag, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm the opposite. I agree. 503, right. You gotta look, man. My first year coaching, I drafted speed because it was somebody hands down faster than everyone else. I drafted size in the next round because there was a girl that was hands down taller than all the little girls out there. You know what I'm saying? And then I drafted my quarterback like later. You know what I'm saying? I drafted another, you know what I'm saying? I drafted an all-around weapon. Then I drafted a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So, because everything else was there. Like the quarterback was, I knew I don't need receivers. I can hand you the ball. See, in 7-on-7.
Yeah, not to cut you off, bro, but that's the point. Yeah, and I think you looking at it from a point of view of a flag football coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, in 7-on-7, everybody, and I know, like, especially in Louisiana and Texas, like, everybody is athletic. So that handing the ball off and doing them little short routes like a little halfback screen route, them dudes is gonna be on that. You know what I'm saying? So in flag, it's a little bit more different. You know what I'm saying? Because just looking at the film you sent me with your team, you had to see your speedster, and she get about 4 yards of momentum. She out of there. She gone. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy. What you seen that's not who I'm even talking about. I had someone that was like way faster than her. That's why I had to draft it. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I didn't. So I understand, but I understand 7-on-7 as well. Like I said, I understand. It's touch football versus pulling the flag is a little bit harder. You got more room to wiggle. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't got that in
youth football. In youth football, you always want to go speed, like because you can. Hey, how you doing? You can hand the ball off to your speedster, bro, and like when your son start playing tackle, maybe when he like 6 years old, 7 years old, or whatever. On the freshman level, you hand that rock off, man. You tell him go left, go right, man. They liable to score, or get by 30, 40 yards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just off the speed alone. So what you saying is absolutely right, bro.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. I know. Just taking off what 503 said, he 100% accurate in touch and 7-on-7 flag. The dynamics are different. When you're throwing the ball every play, you want somebody that's gonna get the ball to your weapons outside. If I can hand the ball off, that's part of the reason why, like in coaching middle school football, my perspective is completely different than as a 7-on-7 coach. Because in middle school, especially in Baton Rouge, like I'm not gonna lie, it's easier for me to take my best athlete if he. The fastest person on the team, you want stronger people, just put him at running back, especially if I got a decent line, just turn around and hand him the ball. But 7-on-7, the dynamics are different, even between, 7-on-7 flag, even if like having my players play touch as opposed to playing flag, the dynamics are different. If I could turn around and hand you the ball, like 503 was saying, especially like on those youth levels, man, hey, the best player or the fastest player on the field is just going to outrun everybody. You know what I'm saying? But once you go up in grade levels and age, the dynamics change and things change, So, having that quarterback 7-on-7, that's the reason why we always put emphasis on like, hey, I'm getting ready to start a 7-on-7 team. That's the first thing I want. Like, hey, if I can't get certain elite level quarterbacks, I'm gonna be real with you, Red. I don't even want a team because I know once you get that quarterback, it's like a domino effect. You can get everything you need, and that's another thing too. Here in Baton Rouge, like, the team that's the popular team, that's a successful team, whether it's flag, 7-on-7, middle school, high school, like once you build a name and a rep, and you have a brand, the elite level players gonna kind of flock to you. So that's why I said earlier at the beginning, like I'm really trying to build my brand, because once you have a brand and you got a following, you can pretty much, hand pick the type of players you want,
Okay. Okay. Next one, man, before we get out of here, man. The next one I had was making of a champion. 5, I know, you know what I'm saying, I believe that the youth then won championships underneath you, Coach. We was talking, you said y'all got close and wasn't able to complete it. I want to talk what makes, in your opinion, not, we ain't got to go through a whole bunch of stuff, but you could give me like 2, maybe 3 things that you would say as far as coaching that would make a champion. Coach, I'm gonna come to you first. What you got? What you feel like makes the champion? Salute to my brother. I am true man sliding through showing love.
Well, like 503 was saying, you got to have those intangibles. That's one thing that's big in EBR. Like the teams that have more success, of course, they have a competitive advantage from the standpoint, like, certain charter schools, charter schools and public schools, it's a little bit different in terms of charter schools. You can pretty much go around to the different break and youth leagues and pop one of the teams or whatever. You can pretty much hand pick the best players, and they have like a glorified all-star team. So the playing field is not level in that regard. But in terms of like, inner city Baton Rouge, that's one thing about it. When it comes to those intangibles, like the school I've been at, like recently, I'm gonna be truthful. It's difficult to coach at this type of school where you're in mid-city Baton Rouge. I'm talking about like the heart of the city, and you have all these different components in terms of that could pull kids away, like gang violence and that type of thing. So you have a lot of outside factors, different neighborhoods. Hey, I got kids, that played for me in the past. This kid a vulture, he a bleeder, he 300, he's 600, and I'm like, man, this is Baton Rouge. This is not like New York, LA, or Chicago. Like this is like, why are we so caught up in the gang stuff? That's one aspect of it. And not only that, but some of these kids didn't have the resources necessary, and as a result, they don't have the type of commitment in terms of coming to practice all the time, coming to practice consistently. Literally, I had one scenario where, like right before COVID, this was like the best team I had, my whole coaching career, and we just needed to win one game to make it to the playoffs. And they had like 44 players on their team. I had like 16 on mine, right? The talent level was equal, but from a parental support standpoint, they had all the parents there. Whereas like one of the best players on my team, of course, she was a girl at the time. Her mom pulled up to the gym, and she was asking like the assistant coach, "Hey, what time the game going in, so I can know what time to pick her up?" I'm thinking to myself, your daughter is the only girl like on both teams playing, and you don't want to come support her and watch her play. You're just gonna drop off and come back after the game. Whereas if you look across the field, it was a home game. It literally was our homecoming, but it was a glorified home game for the other team because they had so many parents there. They barbecuing after the game, that type of thing. So those intangible things kind of play into it. And the last thing too, being at the kind of school I've been at, recently, it's like even the better teams I had, like a lot of teams are front runner type teams. What I mean by is, as long as everything going good, the players are kind of like even keel and that type of thing. The moment they get down, it's like the bottom falls out. Like I remember with this one game, this basketball game, for the most part, all the players that played football for me, they played basketball for me also. So I know after football season, like my best players on the football team can also be more than likely the best players on my basketball team. So we were winning this game. We went by like 7. Then our opposing team took the lead, and we went from being down like 7 to being down like 40. And I'm like, bro, like at this particular school, like literally y'all fight so much, y'all don't have no conflict resolution skills. Everything, every time you have an issue, y'all won't fight. But yet on the flip side, like when it comes to actual competitive sports, like if y'all get down, y'all give up. Like why y'all don't show the same type of fight when y'all having all these conflicts in terms of like actual violence? Like y'all need to have like the same type of resolve and stick with itness in terms of like, hey, if you get down, hey, we only down by a few points. We can get back in the game, you know, whatever the case may be. But they get down and they just literally just gave up. And I'm like, y'all went from being down 1 to being down 7 to being down by 40. It's like, and this team y'all playing is not that good. So those intangible things, you know, especially like schools where I've been recently, those things play a big role, you know, in, you know, the success you're going to have as a coach. And I mean, not only that, it's other little things too, you know, having players that can follow direction. That's one of the things, like, I've had players, like, when I was at this one particular high school, I had, like, a lot of talent, but players just couldn't follow simple directions, you know. And when you got players on your team, you know, it's a Louisiana thing, but it's just code called 504. Not just 504, you know, New Orleans, but it's a school code for kids that have, like, certain learning disabilities or whatever the case may be. Those kids don't follow direction as well. So, like, you know, players like that, hey, you can only put them on defense and let them just go tackle the man with the ball. You can't put them on the line and say, hey, you got to block this person. Or, you know, even if you put them at like running back, hey, this one play I had years ago, with him, it was either toss the ball left or toss the ball right. It was nothing else because he didn't comprehend or understand anything else. So having players that can follow that, not players that just talented on the field or on the court, but you have to have players that's intelligent, that can follow directions, those type of things, all those intangible things. You know, they play a vital role in, you know, the success of a team.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I like that, though. The intangibles is the truth. You're not lying. 503, man, what you got, man? What makes a champion, man? You know what I'm saying? What you got to put in to get the champion?
It's a bunch of different things that can go into the pot. And coach hit on a lot of those ingredients to make a champion. But from me and my perspective, seeing my son win a ring in youth football in Houston, in one of the toughest leagues at the time, you got to have a foundation, right? And I'm gonna break it down. When I say foundation, like coach, he's spot on what he's saying. You got to have a foundation. What's the foundation? You got to have good parenting. You got to have a support system. That's very, very important. You got to have good coaching. You know what I'm saying? Because the foundation is what keeps everything together, right? So if you have a good support system at home, to and from practice, that's very, very important. You have a good foundation of coaches that know what they want to do, and they can illustrate that to the kids, and the kids can paint that picture on the field. You know, that is gonna always equate to success, right? So if your foundation is good, that's a step in the right direction. The second thing, and I think this is very universal, especially when you put Junior in tackling. This is gonna go a long way, Red. So remember this: when you start coaching your son, you need a line. You need a good offensive line, and you need a damn good defensive line. You know, me myself personally, I would say, because I'm a defensive guy first, I played defense my whole life. If you have a great defensive line versus a good offensive line, you're going to have success. Okay. And I think that translates from youth to middle to high school to college and so on and so forth, right? The third thing you need, and this is very, very important, you need the grit and you need the mentality of a winner.
Yes.
Because if you have the grit, the grind, because when my son was playing, and they was on a championship run, it was a lot of times, the coaches was yelling at them, getting on them, screaming at them, making them run, making them do extra drills. You got to be gritty, man. You got to be gritty, especially in the South. You have to be gritty. You got to be tough. Some even on the days where you don't want to, your son or your daughter, they might not be in the mood for this shit. They might have been having a bad day. They might have got their ass whooped or got in trouble at school. You know what I'm saying? That's the days where that grit kick in, and you got to push through the adversity. You know what I'm saying? Because when you step off that football field, you still got to live life. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with problems at home. You got to deal with problems at school. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to flip that switch. So you got to have some grit to you. And the main thing to me, bro, is mentality. You got to be able to have that mentality of a winner, of a champion. The mentality of a winner and a champion, to me, Red, is work. You got to put that work in. And this is very, very important. Champions are always working. They always training. They always looking for ways to get better. You know what I'm saying? So if the players have that mentality, if the coaches have that mentality, if the parents have that mentality, y'all gonna be some motherfucking champions. You understand me? Because it's all gonna vibe off each other. And see, sports is energy. You know what I'm saying? It's energy around everybody. Everybody energy is rubbing off on everybody. So if you have the mentality of a champion, that energy is gonna rub off on your players. Then it's gonna rub off on the parents. It's gonna rub off on the coaches. It's gonna rub off on the organization. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like I say, foundation, grit, and mentality, bro, is I think some of the key ingredients to create a champion. And also gotta have a good motherfucking line. Because if you ain't blocking, you ain't producing no offense. And if your kids ain't getting in that backfield, causing disruption, you know what I'm saying? Because you always want. This how you know you got a good football team. If your defensive line can stop a play before it even develops, you got a good football team. If your defensive ends is stopping shit on the edges, and your D tackles is rushing the gaps and causing penetration in the gaps, and it's not even getting to your linebackers or your cornerbacks or your DBs, you have a good football team. So for me, that's very, very important. And I think that right there is the key components to making a champion.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, man, I can't even front. Y'all both touched on it with intangibles and 503, you saying the mentality. But I feel as though you have to build mentality. because a lot of times,
Absolutely.
you getting players that aren't winners. And my main thing is belief. You know what I'm saying? I need the kids to believe in me, just like I believe in them, and I need them to believe in each other. And we all know belief without work is a wish, and we ain't
Facts.
wishing for shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't wishing for shit. So we are going to work harder than everyone else. So when you look at the person next to you, you believe that they gonna do their damn job because they've been doing it this whole damn time. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna believe in you the same way. And y'all gonna believe in coach to make sure he call the right play and do the right things. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna win. That's the main thing. And that's why I'm glad. And we touched on the draft in the beginning. I get to tell these girls whenever they're worried about who we're playing. Well, I ain't never had no girl worry about who we playing. Girls worry about us. But whenever it comes down to, oh, she's fast or whatever, in my opinion, I let the girls know I could have drafted them, but I draft you instead. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you. You need to believe in you. You know what I'm saying? The team believe in you. You need to believe in you and know that you better than them. You got to go show them. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my main things is belief for sure. Next, man, I mean, you know, I say the elephant in the room, you know what I'm saying? You definitely got to have talent. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to have, but like how I touched on when you draft the right talent. You know what I'm saying? I need you. You don't always have to do everything. I need you to do what you do well. I need you to focus in and hone in on the one thing that you do. I drafted you because I see one thing. I need you to do that one thing. All the other stuff will come as we work. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I drafted you for, that's what I need. That's why I said I don't be true. If you ain't got hands, that's it. I ain't draft you for hands. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. Do not worry about catching the ball.
Yeah.
Man, it's going to you. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying? You pull flags real good. So that's what we gonna focus on. What you do good. We gonna highlight what you do good. You play on the best team in the league, and you the best flag puller on that team. Pull flags. You know what I'm saying? You want to run the ball, you don't got no speed, you not a run. I didn't draft you for that. You know what I'm saying? I drafted you for this. Focusing on doing your job. You know what I'm saying? And 503 touched on one of my other points, coaching. You need great coaching. I've seen coaches get into great situations because of players and need the coaching when it got thick, and the coach didn't know what to do. Something as simple as call timeout. You know simple
Foundation a little shaky.
They're just saying, you know saying? Coaching.
Yeah.
You know saying? Coaching. I got another example. I got another one when it comes to coaching. And if it shocked me, because I thought Foundation was good. Best team in the league. Worked hard. You know what I'm saying? To get there. Just for the first round of the playoffs, want to switch everything up. You know what I'm saying? I want to put you here and let's try this. You trying shit in the playoff game. You know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't gonna lie, Red. I see that a lot in Louisiana. I see teams
coaching. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Coach, man, coach. This is what I'm saying, coach. If you're gonna switch some stuff up, I have no problem with it. but you had worked on this, tried it at least once or twice against some live action to make sure it's real. You wasn't out here working on fool's gold instead of honing in on what you do good. Listen, this is the coach's playbook. Vince Lombardi say the shit best. They can know the plays. They still got to stop us.
Stop them. Yup. Me, I'm always doing games. So I'm going to do without the games.
I got here winning, running these plays with this personnel and doing this type of thing got me to the playoffs. Who in their right mind say, you know what?
We're going to switch it up.
I should switch it up. Look at what got you here. And you go away from that? That's crazy. And that leads me to the last one I feel like will wins championships, man. Accountability. And when I said belief, in it's belief in all of us as a team, me included, because just because I'm the coach and y'all are little girls do not mean we not in this together, do not mean we not equal. I could cost y'all a game, y'all could cost me the game. We are in this together. When we win, we win. When we lose, we lose. So I don't want to feel like I'm above y'all. Accountability. And this goes for all the coaches. This is the jewel for all the coaches. Accountability, not just from your players. You are the adults. These are youth. What are you doing wrong to not get there or to not pull it off? You have to self-evaluate. Ask your players. I went through a drought and we losing. We went on 3 games. In 3 games, we lost twice and tied. I said, damn, we can't get a W. I had to pull the captains aside and say, yo, what is coach doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I'm not even going to point at y'all. Tell me what you need from me. And the captains told me, hey, look, man, coach, man, we running the same plays. We need to switch up a little bit. We need a little bit of this, you know what I'm saying? And put a little razzle-dazzle like how we know you can. Sure enough, did what they asked. We wind up winning. They excited about the new plays. I'm excited that it's working. You know what I'm saying? I could go back to what we was doing before. So you know what I'm saying? Everything's opened up now. But that was
that sound like grit. You had to get a little gritty.
Yeah, but see,
you know what I'm saying? That New Orleans came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my thing is, like I said, I'm not putting the blame on them. You guys need to do what I'm telling y'all, and y'all not. What am I doing wrong? Like I said, you gotta be accountable. As much as you want your players to be accountable, you gotta be accountable too. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing for me, man. Accountability. Be accountable, man. You know what I'm saying? You made the wrong call. Tell them, hey, yo, I did wrong. I did y'all wrong right there. That was wrong. That was bad on my part. Just like how when they mess up, you say, didn't I say do this? Or what's your responsibility? Why you ain't, you know what I'm saying? The quicker you get on them, you got to be able to get on yourself too, man. Humble yourself.
Yeah, but a lot of coaches don't have the humility though, Ray. A lot of them really don't.
Hey, man. Listen.
Not only that too.
You still an adult. You still check them, no doubt. But they gotta know. I'm playing for someone that if they're wrong, they're gonna say it. He's not above me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's, you know what I'm saying. I like I said, we in this together. So if we in this together, then that's what it's gonna be.
Not only that, bro. Like Coach just hit it. A lot of time, bro, and I see this a lot in Houston. These organizations be so ego driven no humility. In that moment as a coach, you humbled yourself. You didn't let Coach Red ego outweigh the team, the Saints as a whole. And sometimes the coaches don't have the humility to humble themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem in youth sports, bro. Because it should never be ego driven. It should be about the youth first. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very, very big problem. And I know we probably talk about that on another episode, but to all my future, you know, girl dads or, you know, parents, you know, dads and mothers out there, whether you got a son or a daughter in any type of sport, you don't never want to go into it with an ego. Even if your son is a natural athlete or your daughter is a natural athlete, you know, they're showing flashes of greatness, or they might have something good going for themselves. You never let your ego drive the team into the ground. You know what I'm saying? You always have to be willing to sacrifice. And like Red said, you always want to be accountable. And that's what I mean by foundation. You gotta have solid foundation. You have to be willing to sacrifice. And the grit is a part of that too, because you gotta be when it get dirty and it start raining on your head and it's muddy, it ain't going your way. You gotta know when to put that grit in and say, look, man, is it me? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Don't let your ego, you know, supersede being held accountable. And a lot of times the coaches be feeling like it ain't them. They ain't doing nothing wrong.
Yeah. See, but I would disagree with the ego part. You know what I'm saying? With the kids and the coaches, because see that I don't want to get it misconstrued. Have an ego. If you're gonna talk big talk to the other teams and everybody else, that's what you do to everyone else. The people that you in this foxhole with, that's when it comes to belief. You know what I'm saying? To in this foxhole, they are the same as you. So however you feel about yourself, know that they need to feel that way too about themselves. And if some of them not on your level, you need to big them up more so they on your level. You know what I'm saying? That's how I be looking at that. Don't ever, I ain't saying, don't turn it off. Just direct it into the right place. You want to be the best. You want to tell people you're the best. You want to have an ego. All that's cool. Do your thing. Tell the other team that. You ain't got to tell the people on your team because they going to big you up and you going to know that they believe that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's, but I do agree. You know what I'm saying? Don't, because it's a thin line with that. You start doing it to your team. You bring the team
right.
down.
Right. What I'm saying is don't let your ego get bigger than the team. Yeah. It's okay that listen, man. My son is one of the most ego-driven kids I know. You know what I'm saying? I just told you he don't be liking to go to 7-on-7 when they doing strength and conditioning because his ego feel like he better than that. See what I'm saying? It's okay to have ego, but you got to know how to keep that ego in check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to balance it. There's nothing wrong with having an ego, but a lot of times, bruh, and I don't know, maybe it's a Southern thing. I don't know, bruh, but a lot of times, bro, these coaches be feeling like it's you know they above everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like they fucking Lombardi or a Belichick or something. You know what I'm saying? Calm down, my nigga. You won a couple games. You got your son is pretty decent. That's cool, bro. But remember why you out here. You out here for the team. You're not just out here because you that nigga. You know You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by that, bro.
Hey, he's speaking facts on that, Red. I ain't gonna even lie. I see it all the time where some of these coaches, you know, even you talked about the accountability aspect of it. I mean, I've seen coaches where, hey, if you'd from a coach's standpoint, if you'd have did this, or did that differently, you know, y'all would have won. But instead of you being accountable, you know, you pass the buck off to the players. And I'm like, that's not a player thing. That's a X's and O's like problem that you didn't rectify. You know, you can't. Your ego can't be so big to the point where you be like, hey, if we lost, it's the players' fault. When we win, I'm the reason. I'm like, come on, bro. Like you gotta check your ego at the door. It's a team thing. This dude's in the best interest of the team, you know.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing too, and this is the biggest problem that I see in Houston, Texas, in youth football, Red, and you know what I'm about to say. Daddy ball.
We gonna get hold on.
All
We're gonna get to that.
Let me just say this, bro. And I know we're gonna talk.
That's everywhere, though, bro.
Well, yeah. I know it is. It's a universal thing. But just from my point of view, bro, all you daddy ball niggas, stay far away from me because I don't want nothing to do with you. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man. We gonna go ahead and get out of here on that note, man. We'll be back. We definitely gonna be back. We're gonna try to pick it back up next week. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get the brothers together, you know what I'm saying, and continue it on, man. We got more to cook on for sure. You know what I'm saying? Salute Coach for coming through. Salute 503. Y'all can stay through on the back end for me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Salute to the chat for slide through showing love, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Salute to the mighty LDBC. It's the usual suspect. Ting. Supreme Beast After Hours. This is the Coach's Playbook, man. I'll holler at y'all in a minute, though.
Peace and blessing to y'all.
Peace.
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself.
I think to be really successful in life or in a football field, you got to have a certain perspective of winning. Mm-hmm.